Greetings, humans. I am VRILLON from Ashtar Galactic Command, and I am speaking to your human race on behalf of your galactic brothers and sisters. Today is the continuation of exposure of lies that have been spread by the dark souls, together with humans, to every living being on Earth. Recently, you had a conflict in the Middle East, reignited again with Israel attacking Iran directly, claiming it was done for their self-defense security of its country, targeting and hitting nuclear facilities. This is not true at all. Israel often exaggerates its military accomplishments and has been caught being dishonest many times. They do not actually know where Iran has its nuclear programs. They are well hidden. Iran is just playing along, as it does not want to disclose its secrets, even if Israel somehow figures out their locations. We are not going to allow for them to bomb these sites. They will be stopped. Why? Humankind does not really realize on what would happen if a chemical building full of enriched uranium explodes. This would create a catastrophic event for mankind. It's like multiple nuclear bombs going off. Millions of humans in the region would be wiped out, and the radiation from it would spread to other parts of the world. Ashtar Command of the Galactic Light Forces are monitoring the Middle East region closely, all of the nuclear facilities and weapons, especially in Israel. No nuclear bombs or missiles will be allowed to be used against humanity under our watch. Russia, China are against the new military operation, the Rising Lion, carried out by Israel, while the United States is for it. The idea that America is not involved at all in this conflict is pure fiction. Israel received the permission, a green light, by the American president, behind closed doors to launch airstrikes in Iran. As Israel can't afford to jeopardize their relationship with the United States, without their protection, they would not exist long in the Middle East. They have created many enemies by indiscriminately bombing other nations, and still do today. America also provided them military intelligence about Iran's military sites, which they even admitted publicly, and their administration demanded unconditional surrender from Iran. There is a reason on why 2 American aircraft carriers are in the region. It's only mostly for the benefit of Israel. According to the United States, Iran can't develop nuclear weapons. America likes to tell other countries on who can have nuclear bombs or missiles, while being the only nation on this planet to have used them. Israel has already bombed Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and Iran. Yet they can have nuclear weapons, and Iran can't. This is on how evil operates. The American government, their news media, any chance they have to label or portray the Muslims as terrorists to justify their violence against them, they do it. In reality, the United States leadership military have forced millions of human beings of Muslim faith from their physical bodies. From the Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya wars, involved in the Syria war, funded ISIS with money and weapons. None of it was for the benefit or freedom of the human civilization, as it's always about power, control for resources like oil and gold. The Gulf War was only for their self-interest in oil. The Iraq War was based on imaginary weapons of mass destruction. Iraq's dictator did not want to follow the Dark One's orders, so he was eliminated. The country was invaded for the control of oil and to steal gold. Afghanistan was blamed for the 9/11 attacks in New York for the non-existent planes crashing into the Twin Towers and the Pentagon building. Instead, the 2 tall towers with the 3rd building structure were taken down with demolition explosives. This is on why they collapsed in a few seconds, and the Pentagon Military Center was hit with a missile. This was done by their own dark government. There was never found any evidences of planes on the sites. It was just an excuse to attack another country, as war is good for business for the American negative weapons industry. Nothing has changed with the new administration, as it's pushing for $1 trillion military budget. Libya's dictator wanted to unite the Middle Eastern countries together and for the African nations to be free from Western dominance by creating currency backed by gold, independent from the US dollar. The negative ones could not allow for this to happen. So he was eliminated, and his country was bombed. In Syria, America once again got involved in the conflict over oil, as the eastern part of Syria, where most of the country's oil fields are located, are under their control and influence. All of the Middle Eastern countries from these wars are much worse than before them, and have not recovered. Then, who is the real terrorist here? It's the negative American government. The evil government military of Israel likes to praise often its multi-layered missile defense system. Again, it's an exaggeration of the truth. The reason you are seeing military sites being hit in Israel every time when Iran launches waves of long-range ballistic missile, because they include hypersonic missiles. These type of missiles can't be shut down by Israeli air defense systems, as they are too fast, do not fly in a predictable flight path by changing directions, can adjust any time to the targets, and by flying at a lower altitude, making it harder for radars to detect them. Even against regular ballistic missiles, the Israel defense systems are not that effective, as you can easily flood the zone with many drones and missiles. There was a meteorite seen by many humans in the sky at night, mostly in the Monterrey, Mexico. It was actually a damaged leftover part from a galactic missile. Recently, there was a big battle in your Milky Galaxy. An advanced, dark galactic civilization, unknown to humankind, sent an invasion fleet, which included some motherships. They had two main objectives: to eliminate completely Ashtar Command of the Galactic Light Force's space fleets from existence. This would have made it much easier for the Dark Forces to take over planets in the cosmos. Their second goal was to conquer Earth, eliminate most of the human population, including the Dark Souls, leaving some slave servants, to get their control of the strategic location of planet Earth, which would have allowed for them to dominate the Milky Galaxy. After the galactic battle between the light forces, once they started losing, they fled the battlefield. And this galaxy, the reason the galactic missile appeared as fireball in your reality because of the low vibrations. The 3D matrix is based on an illusion, lies. Most things from higher dimensions will not appear accurately. The news in your world are still continuing to spread lies, instead of giving you the truth, as darkness wants for humanity to stay confused and misinformed. We are on your side, are patrolling your skies, your outer space, 24/7 every day and night on Mother Gaia. Thank you, Ambassador of Galactic Light Forces. Please accept my support. Stay safe. VRILLON. Channeled by Erena Velazquez, Ambassador of Galactic Light Forces.